He defeated over 60 men in duels. He never lost. Was he a hero or a myth? This is the story of Miyamoto Musashi, Japan's most legendary swordsman, philosopher, and strategist. Recreated through AI visuals based on historical research and cultural insight. Narrated by someone who majored in Japanese history. Musashi was born in 1584 during the Sengoku period, a time of intense warfare, political instability, and social upheaval in Japan. His birthplace was Harima Province, in present-day Hyogo Prefecture. His full name was Shinmen Musashi no Kami Fujiwara no Harunobu. Actually, there are two major theories about Musashi's birthplace. Harima, in today's Hyogo Prefecture, and Mimasaka, in today's Okayama Prefecture. As someone who majored in Japanese history, I find Harima to be the more convincing theory, because Musashi himself mentions Harima in his own writing, The Book of Five Rings. I'm sorry for the detour. Let's return to the world of Japanese history. Musashi's father was an accomplished martial artist, and from a young age, Musashi was trained in swordsmanship and military strategy. He was said to be a fierce, independent child with an unmatched determination. At just 13, he fought and won his first duel against a skilled samurai named Arima Kihei. Can you imagine that? A 13-year-old defeating an adult warrior. It may sound like legend, but historical sources back it up. Musashi did not seek a lord or a home. He chose the life of a ronin, a wandering swordsman. Traveling across Japan, he challenged and defeated dozens of warriors, continuously refining his skills. One of his most innovative contributions was the two-sword technique, wielding a katana and wakizashi simultaneously, a style he later named Niten Ichiryu. Among his notable encounters were his duels with the Yoshioka clan in Kyoto. After defeating the clan's masters, he was ambushed by dozens of Yoshioka retainers, but outsmarted and overcame them all in an iconic guerrilla-style engagement. He also faced the legendary spearmaster Hozuin Ine, and the two warriors clashed in a duel that demonstrated not only martial skill, but psychological strength. Musashi's life on the road was harsh. He slept outdoors, survived on little food, and practiced tirelessly. For him, the path of the sword was also a path of self-mastery. Musashi is still one of the most popular samurai known in modern times. If you ask people, who's your favorite swordsman? Musashi often ranks first. For the record, he's also in my top 3 favorite historical figures. I say that not just as a fan, but as someone who has studied his life in depth. Musashi's most famous duel was against Sasaki Kojiro, a formidable swordsman known for his swallow cut technique. Their battle was set for April 13th, 1612, on a small island now called Ganryu Island. Musashi arrived hours late, disheveled and holding a wooden sword carved from an oar. He struck Kojiro down in a single blow. Some believe the delay was part of Musashi's psychological tactics, disrupting Kojiro's rhythm and state of mind. Others claim it was a brilliant exploitation of strategy and terrain. As a student of Japanese history, I think both interpretations have merit. But one thing is clear, it wasn't just a fight between swords, it was a war of minds. After years of dueling, Musashi gradually turned inward. He began to reflect deeply on the meaning of combat, life, and discipline. These reflections were recorded in his masterpiece, The Book of Five Rings. The book is divided into 5 scrolls: Earth, Water, Fire, Wind, and Void. Each represents a different aspect of strategy and mindset. Earth is about foundations. Water reflects adaptability. Fire represents conflict. Wind addresses the strategies of others. And Void explores intuition and formlessness. These concepts extended beyond the battlefield. They applied to leadership, personal growth, and the way one faces adversity. Many CEOs and military officers still read it today. And honestly, so should more of us. Musashi also practiced sumie ink painting and calligraphy, and he created profound artworks like Shrike on a Dead Tree. He studied Zen Buddhism, engaged in meditation, and embraced the way of the brush as well as the blade. In a scholarly book I recently read, it was said that Musashi was kind and considerate in his everyday life. He even envisioned a peaceful world where swords would no longer be needed. Musashi was more than a samurai or strategist. He was also an artist. His spirit lives on in his works. When I first saw his painting, Shrike on a Dead Tree, I found it both simple and powerful. I honestly thought it was the work of a professional artist, until I was told by the guide that it was painted by Musashi himself. I'm sorry for the detour. Let's return to the world of Japanese history. Musashi spent his final years in a cave called Reigando, near Kumamoto, writing and meditating. He died in 1645, possibly from cancer, at the age of 61. His legend only grew after his death. In Japan, Musashi is revered not just as a warrior, but as a symbol of mastery, perseverance, and spiritual discipline. Worldwide, he has inspired military leaders, business strategists, and martial artists. His teachings remain relevant across cultures and centuries. As someone who has studied historical figures professionally, I find that rare. What can we learn from Miyamoto Musashi? That true strength comes from within, that discipline, clarity, and strategy can shape a legacy, and perhaps the greatest battles are the ones we fight with ourselves. If this story moved you, honor Musashi's spirit by subscribing. More timeless truths from Japanese history await you. This is the Japan History Lab.